feeling when you see two old friends meeting after years? Well, what you're about to witness will make your heart melt in ways you never expected. Meet Bailey, a golden retriever who had the kind of bond with her best friend Luna that most of us only dream about. They grew up together, played together, and were literally inseparable. But then life happened, and their families had to move to different states. Bailey and Luna were torn apart, and watching them say goodbye was one of the hardest things their owners ever witnessed. 3 years passed, 3 whole years of Bailey living her life, but her owner Sarah could tell something was always missing. Every time they'd go to the park, Bailey would scan the area like she was looking for someone specific. Every golden retriever they'd meet, Bailey would get so excited, only to seem disappointed when it wasn't who she was hoping for. Sarah had stayed in touch with Luna's owner, Michelle, through social media. They'd share updates about the dogs, and both noticed the same thing. Their dogs seemed to remember each other. Luna would perk up whenever she'd see photos of Bailey on Michelle's phone. It was like they both carried this invisible connection across the miles. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sarah's job transferred her back to her hometown, the same city where Michelle and Luna lived. When Sarah realized this, her heart started racing. She immediately called Michelle and said, "I think it's time." Michelle knew exactly what she meant. They planned the reunion at the same park where Bailey and Luna used to play as puppies. Sarah grabbed her camera, put Bailey in the car, and drove to the park. Bailey was excited like always, but she had no idea what was coming. From across the field, Sarah saw them, Michelle and Luna, walking toward the meeting spot. Her hands were shaking as she let Bailey off the leash. Bailey just stood there, looking around like she always did. But then the wind shifted, and Bailey's entire body went rigid. Her nose started working overtime, and her head whipped in Luna's direction. At the exact same moment, Luna caught Bailey's scent. What happened next still gives Sarah goosebumps. Both dogs froze. They locked eyes across that field, and for what felt like an eternity, they just stared at each other. And then, like someone had fired a starting gun, they both took off running at full speed toward each other. The sound of their paws hitting the grass, their excited breathing, the way they were both whining with joy before they even reached each other, it was pure magic. When they collided, they crashed into each other with so much force that they both tumbled to the ground, rolling in this blur of golden fur and wagging tails. Then they started doing this thing they used to do as puppies, this special play bow followed by jumping in circles. Sarah and Michelle were both crying because the dogs clearly remembered their special game. But what really got everyone was what came next. After about 2 minutes of pure chaos, both dogs suddenly stopped. They sat down facing each other, and Bailey put her paw on Luna's chest, the exact same gesture she used to do when they were puppies. It was like Bailey was saying, "You're real. You're really here." I'm seeing you're still watching but haven't subscribed yet. That honestly makes me a little sad because there's so much more of these heartwarming stories coming, and you don't want to miss them. Just tap that subscribe button real quick. It takes 2 seconds. Luna responded by gently placing her paw on top of Bailey's. They sat there like that, paws stacked, just looking at each other. Sarah said it was the most human-like moment she'd ever seen from dogs. It was like they were having a conversation only they could understand. The park visit lasted 3 hours of nonstop playing, chasing, and wrestling. Other dog owners stopped to watch because the energy between these two was undeniable. Kids were pointing and laughing at how silly they looked, doing synchronized zoomies around the park. But here's what Sarah and Michelle didn't expect. When it came time to leave, the dogs absolutely refused to separate. When Sarah tried to leash Bailey up, she literally pulled away and ran back to Luna. She looked at Sarah with eyes that seemed to be begging, "Please don't make me leave her again." Michelle was experiencing the same thing with Luna. These two well-behaved dogs were suddenly being stubborn as hell. They'd sit down together, refusing to move, looking at their owners like, "You separated us once, we're not letting it happen again." Sarah and Michelle stood there, looking at each other, and without saying a word, they both knew what had to happen. Within a week, Michelle and Luna moved into an apartment just 2 blocks away from Sarah and Bailey. Yeah, they literally reorganized their lives so these dogs could be together. Now, Bailey and Luna have become famous in their neighborhood. Every morning at 7 a.m., Sarah and Michelle meet at the corner and they walk the dogs together. The dogs greet each other every single time like they haven't seen each other in years. Full body wiggles, excited whining, the whole production. The neighbors have started timing their morning coffees just to watch this daily reunion. The bonds between Sarah and Michelle has grown too. They went from being casual, long-distance friends to being best friends themselves. They joke that their dogs are better at maintaining relationships than most humans. They started an Instagram account documenting Bailey and Luna's adventures, and honestly, the comment section is full of people crying happy tears. But you want to know the most touching part? Sarah's mom has early-stage dementia, and she has good days and bad days. On her bad days, when she doesn't remember much, she always remembers Bailey and Luna. Always. She calls them the twin souls and says watching them together gives her hope that love and friendship can transcend anything, time, distance, even memory loss. Last month was Bailey and Luna's 4-year reunion anniversary. Sarah and Michelle threw them a party, yes, a full birthday party with dog-safe cake, bandanas, and a bunch of their dog friends from the neighborhood. But the highlight was when they played a slideshow of Bailey and Luna through the years, from puppies to their separation, to their reunion, to now. Everyone at that party was crying, including the guy who claimed he doesn't do emotional stuff. Here's what I keep thinking about. How many of us have lost touch with people who meant the world to us? How many friendships have we let fade because of distance or time or just life getting in the way? Bailey and Luna didn't have a choice in their separation, but when they got a second chance, they grabbed it with everything they had. They literally refused to let go. What do you think? Is it ever too late to reconnect with someone who mattered to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I genuinely want to know your stories.